Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Construction Stimulator.
I
This
have
is
Chief 5200 in here with me.
he's here with me today. My bestest of best buddies.
Yes, I'm 59 years old and I'm
Oh God,
wanting to
you got to
retire,
you have to tell
and
everybody
and
that.
and Neil
Nobody
won't
cares.
let me. Yeah, V Smoke won't let me retire,
My name's Neil, not V-Smoke.
or V Smoke,
Huh?
or Neil.
Somebody.
All
I
right,
have
I'm in here.
gas. I ate a big bowl of spaghetti today
Mm,
with
can't
Frank's
wait
Red
to get
Hot
to
on
work.
it.
Yeah, I can't get to work. I can't wait to get to working by you.
I'm in my excavator. It's good and hot in here.
Yeah. All right, I'm going over here.
It was funny. A buddy of mine, we were talking about running excavators. I was like, I can run one. He's like, oh, you can't run one. He's like, get in there and show me. And I always, when I walk them, I always take my hands and I walk them with my hands instead of my feet. You know, some people can take their feet and put on there.
Right.
Well, my feet's too dang big and I can't do it because it hits both freaking pedals. And, 13 and a half shoe. And he's like, oh, I knew you couldn't run no excavator. First thing you did is grab him by your hands and walk it that way. And he's like, real excavator runs it with his feet. I was like, my feet's too freaking big. I don't wear a boy's 10 and a half to freaking, I can't run the excavator that way. He looked down and he goes, oh. I'm like, that's what I thought.
Well, I run when I run a machine. When I run an excavator, I'll run it depending on the situation, what I'm doing.
Yeah, if I
If
got a
I got a
backup and
light,
my hands are on the joysticks and I'm moving at the same time, I'll do it that way. But if I'm just
well,
moving
if
it
I
across
want
the
to,
yard,
right.
I'm running it with my hands.
But I mean, it depends on like me. I do it because I want to. If I want a light touch, or if I'm moving it in an area, to where I want my hands. I want my hands operating and not my feet. Now I'll run it with my feet too, but
Like if like right here, like if I wanted to back up just a little bit and kind of drag it while I'm coming down, I'd move it with my feet because you have to. There ain't no other way to do it, right?
yeah.
That's what I was telling him. He's like, "Well, real excavator runs it with his feet all the time." I'm like, "Shut up, you're an idiot."
That's what I told him. I told him shut up.
That's what I told him.
That's what I told him.
Oh well. I'm like, dude, you're just one of them guys that just had one job his entire life, and you're better than everybody else at it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And well, you know as well as I do in the construction industry, everybody's better than everybody else.
Well, this year I've been in construction 41 years. So
Yeah, I got out of
this
it
is my
early. I was an
this is my
electrician.
41st year, and now I don't run an excavator. I'm doing it on here. Neil, you don't pay me much.
$5 an hour
$5 an hour.
plus a ham
All the
sandwich.
dirt. Well, plus all the dirt I could eat.
Yeah, there's plenty of dirt. Just put some Frank's Red Hot on it. It'll be good.
You gotta do a commercial.
I'll put that shit on everything.
Frank's Red Hot is gonna call you. Hey, thanks for pitching my hot sauce.
They ain't gonna call me.
Got a hold of the wall.
Oh, I got all that dirt. Let me scoot up some. Get back in that.
I know one thing. I wish you'd make it daylight.
Why, you can't see? Turn your lights on.
I like daylight better.
I like it nighttime.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones. Better days or something. Scratch my butt. I'm glad I'm done with that mayor, man. That last job I did for him, he walked over, he said,
What was the last job?
the park.
See, I didn't do the park yet on mine.
It was kind of dumb. I skipped some of it because I was just tired of it. Because it was 15 steps of like, plant this, plant that. Oh, I don't want to get up anymore and drive up the mountain.
Yeah, there's a lot of dirt involved on this one.
I'll say the job pays $4 million.
Yeah, it pays $4 million, but like I say, it took me a week and a half to dig all this dirt.
I'll say we're already at 6%.
Yeah, 6%.
It'll probably take 2 hours, real time. I wouldn't even say that.
Yeah.
Probably an hour, real time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Good chance.
I ever tell you that time I was down there? It was Cooler Construction down there in Columbia, and boss called me. He's like, "Hey, I need you down here today. Can you get down here today?" I was like, "Yeah." I was doing glass for him, and I went down there and looked. And he's like, "You think you could put a glass in that?" And I looked at it and I was like, "What happened to it?" It was a articulated dump truck like this. It was a Volvo. And brand hammer new. They had just bought it that week. And the whole cab was caved in. There was a guy out there with a sledgehammer beating the cab out. They had just busted the windshield out of it. And I was like, what happened? He's like, "You see that guy over there that's over there digging that ditch with that shovel right now?" I said, "Yeah." He flipped it. It's like, "He did what?" He's like, "He flipped it this morning." Only thing I heard is him come on the radio. I was like, "Man, this thing's quick. Look how good it had." And I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he rolled it 3 times coming around the corner." I was like, "I'm surprised it didn't kill him." He's like, "Oh, it set all the safety stuff off in it and everything else, and fire suppression went off in it." And I'm like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "We're just gonna put a window in it and keep it running." He's like, I was like, "Well, what are you gonna do with the guy?" He said he was gonna make him pay. I think I told you the story before. He was gonna take it out of his check until it pays for that cab.
He'll be working a while.
You know what I walked over there and told that kid, I was like, "Hey man, dude, everybody's hiring. Walk off the job. You ain't getting a paycheck for about 3 years." He's like, "I know. I just called my wife," and I was like, "Dude, that's bull crap. They shouldn't make you pay for that stuff." He's like, "Yeah, but I was goofing off and this, that, and the other." I was like, "You're 19 years old. You're gonna goof off. I get it. But then again, they shouldn't be, they should, I wouldn't even say dock you pay. They should just put you on, either send you home or put you on restriction or something like that from certain job duties and just leave it be." Well, they got insurance. This is a big construction company too. I was like, then I kind of thought about it. I thought about that for a minute, and I was like, well, yeah, my own company, and I had a 19-year-old kid flip a dump truck, I'd fire him. I wouldn't have him working for me no more. I'd be like, "Hey, bud, hit the bricks."
Well, I'm in the hole.
What'd you do?
When you just said that, I just flipped my excavator.
God almighty.
Do you see me? I'm sorry, Neil. Don't die my day. I'm gonna try to get out of here. I can't spin. Uh-oh, boss down here.
That's what I thought.
I'm out of here.
You quit. I don't take it out of your pack.
I've reset it. As soon as you said that, I hit my track and put myself in the hole. I need to reset anyway.
Well, it happens, Chief.
Well, you know, I mean, yeah, it does. Alright, come on there, Excavator.
I'll tell you. The craziest thing I ever seen. We was down there in Louisiana. I was running an excavator, and there was this guy. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he had a crew. He had a crew of some Mexican guys, and they were down there in the woods. Hispanic, whatever you want to say. I'll say Mexican. They told me to call them that. So, but anyway, we were down there, way down out in the middle of nowhere, and I'd ask him every morning, I'm like, "Where's your crew at?" He said, "Oh, they're down the line with chainsaws cutting things up." He's like, I was like, "How many guys do you have?" He's like, "I got 6 of them." They get up early every morning and go down there. They're living out of like a little camper they had brought. And 2 of them, excuse me, I'm sorry. 1 of them spoke English. And it was kind of broken English. And I kind of felt bad for him. I'm like, man, dude, that's, you know, it is what it is, but still. It's like, I never see them. You know, they stayed out in the woods all day long, running down the creek line, cutting up the timber for us to move out of the creek. And, but I never saw them, ever saw them. And then one day I was like, man, I grabbed in a skid steer. There was a skid steer, and they needed a road made because they were going to bring in some equipment to kind of move on down the line. So I was like, I'm going to get in a skid steer. I'm going to, you know, at least meet them. You know, I'm bored. I didn't have nobody to talk to. So I'm going to go down there and talk to him. There was this one guy, he walked up, he goes, "Hey." And I go, "Hey, bud." I was like, "Hey, everything okay?" He's like, and you know, kind of like he didn't speak English very well. And then I looked over to my left, and there's this guy with a saw on his shoulder coming up out of the woods. And I'm like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's that on his face? I was like, "You okay?" Yeah. You know, "I'm okay." And I was like, "You don't look okay." He had a bandage wrapped around his face, from one side of his face to the other, right? Blood red. And I finally met the guy that spoke English. I'm like, "What happened to him?" He's like, "Oh, the chainsaw, it hit him, hit his face." I was like, "Is he okay?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, he's fine. A couple days later go by, and I'm like, "All right, man." I was like, "Dude, do we need to get him some attention or something? Like, go to the hospital?" No hospital. He's okay. And I was like, "Okay." I was like, I mean, that's fine, dude. It's not like he's, you know, I get it. You know, I'm sure doesn't have any documents or none of that good stuff. I mean, that's okay. We need to get him taken care of. He goes, no, he's fine. A couple days go by, I see him again. I was like, "Hey, bud, you okay?" He's, I'm okay. Like, "Okay, are you sure?" A couple more days go by, I see him again, still blood coming out of his freaking bandage and stuff like that. And I was like, "Man, come here." You know, I had done a little bit of, you know, medical work with volunteer service and stuff like that. I was like, "Let me at least dress it, you know, help you out." I took it off, eye gone.
Knocked his eye out.
Eye gone. It cut his whole face to crap. I was like, "Come on, let's go. Come on, me. No. Yes." What? We got him all fixed up. Took him to the hospital. I was like, I walked into the hospital, told him exactly what was going on. I said, "Don't you say a word. This guy needs medical attention." And the nurse looked at him and she said, "Oh yeah, come back with me." They went back there, took care of him, dressed him up, got him some antibiotics and everything like that. And I was like, "Come on, let's go." We got him back in the truck, we went back to the job site. He goes, everything okay? I was like, yes, you're fine, man. I was like, just, if you get hurt, tell somebody. You're not going to get in trouble. They were so scared that he was going to get sent back or something like that because of that. I mean, you talking about, God almighty, I mean, sitting there, like, could you imagine getting your eye freaking knocked out and you're out there just putting a Band-Aid on it pretty much every day?
Well, in today's society, it's okay because we got 5 million in here that's trying to make a living.
Yeah.
Should I scoot up or back? Of course, your way.
But then again, at the same time, it's like, if someone comes over here illegally and immediately starts committing crimes and doing this and doing that, but if somebody's coming over here illegally and they're just working their ass off every single day, and you know, good, honest, hard work, to me, I mean, I might be hypocritical about it, but I mean, I have no problem with it. If you're gonna do that, I mean, hey, more power to you. If you can do it, do it. But at the same time, it's like, I wish it would be legally, but then again, that side of me that, you know, that hard working ethic and everything like that, and just getting at it every single day, I got a lot of respect for it. I really do. Yeah, it's just
like me digging this hole for you.
Exactly. I mean,
it's $5 an hour.
$5 an hour.
And all the dirt I can eat.
And it's kind of funny. Like, I've been asking around about help, you know, in the glass business and stuff, and it's like, and I ask people, I'm like, how much would you pay for help? And then one of the guys that I subcontract for, and I was like, how much do you pay Hunter? And that's one of those guys that he's got. Oh, he makes $12 an hour, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay, and, you know, I just kind of walked off. And I thought about it. I was like, who would get out of bed for $12 an hour? Yeah, I get it. But then again, at the same time, the kid's doing good work. So then I asked another glass company that's, you know, pretty successful. I mean, he's got, you know, 8 technicians, you know, 4 CAs and himself, and I mean, he runs a good business. I mean, he's got real good help. I asked him, I was like, hey man, how much would you pay a helper? He's like, 18 easy all day long. I'm like, that sounds right. And I was like, well, do you know how much they pay? They were paying? And he goes, how much? And I was like, he's like $12 an hour. He's like, nah.
I want to tell you something.
You ain't gonna get no good help. It's hard to
make a living at 18. It's hard in today's economy and the way the economy is. It's hard to make a living at $18 an hour.
It is, but the thing of it is most of the help,
no extras.
Most of the help that you hire, is normally, you know, 18, 19-year-olds fresh out of high school, just kind of looking for a career to start. Still living at home, you know what I mean. But then sometimes you hire them, and I mean they're just, you know, full-grown adults. I'm just looking for something.
If I was 20-something years old anymore, and I'm still living at home, yeah, $18 an hour is good money, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like my stepson, he was working with me the other week. I mean, he wound up making like $500 that week, and I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, good Lord. $500 a week at 18. When I was 18, I was making bank. Well, he ain't 18 anymore. He's 21, but still. You see how professional this hole is I'm digging? Look at this.
Oh.
You see how clean I got that? How nice and neat.
Oh.
Boy, like the owner of the construction company's over here working. I bet if people made it this far in the video, they're like, yeah, how you gonna get that dump truck out of there and give me? I don't know. I ain't thought that far ahead yet.
Reset it.
No, I'm just talking about, like, how am I gonna angle everything? Probably gonna drive it down in that hole right there I just dug. We made about 100 grand off dirt.
Oh, you get a lot more than that.
I said we've made about 100 grand on dirt.
Yeah, just dirt.
Primo dirt. That's that red. That ain't even clay. That's brown dirt right there. That's good topsoil. Come on, Capitella, there you go.
I don't really need to go as deep as I did, but I just dug it.
It surprised me why they don't have Komatsus in here. This was probably made in the UK. Like over here, in most big construction sites use a Komatsu. Where I'm at, anyway. Probably because there's like 3 Komatsu dealers in South Carolina.
Well, where I'm at is Cat, because the Cat are the main Cat dealers in St. Louis.
Yeah, they build the Komatsus over here. Why am I not scooping that dirt up? Probably because that dump truck's on top of it.
Dale, look over here.
How'd you flip that thing over?
I touched my track. So I'm sitting there looking at it, looking sideways. So I guess I'll reset it. I want to look at it, see what it looks like. Go ahead sideways anyway. Yeah, I'm sideways.
It's getting late. Got to get in bed. I'm about to fill this truck up one more time, and I've got to hit the hay. My butt is tired. Nice we have 3 people in here. 4 people would be great.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna buy this game. Steven don't have time to just sit down and play it.
I think Brandon would like this game. I think Steven would like this game.
Yeah.
If they'd play it.
I can't even get them to watch YouTube videos, much less play the game. More women just about watch this than men do. What you doing coming over here?
Jump out there. I want to try that one. I haven't run that.
Hey man, you just don't mess it up. This runs the exact same.
I know, but I didn't know if it was a different sound or
No.
if it's faster.
No.
It's a smaller bucket, I know that.
No, it just looks smaller because it's black.
That's what it is.
It gets the same amount of dirt.
Don't feel like it.
What, you got a weight on that thing or something?
Yeah, I wish you could make it to where they turn. They turn faster. I don't know if you can adjust that or not.
I don't think so.
I know one thing, I think this reach is a little longer.
No, it's exactly the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
You got, let's see. Oh, it don't seem like it. Seems like this is a little longer.
Just because the color of it. It just looks different. The bucket looks a little wider on the cat than it does the deuce.
I think it is. How many teeth you got on that one?
7.
7 teeth?
Mm-hmm.
That bucket's a lot bigger than this, and this has only got 4. That's got 5. Yeah, that cat bucket is bigger than this.
Yeah, but I bet it don't hold. It probably holds the same amount though. Because they ain't gonna change. Because I think they're the same price. Because it don't give you any specs.
Yeah, that's a bigger bucket than the other one.
Well, yeah, it might be because this one's no wait, no, they're the same price.
Yeah, the machine's same price.
Yeah, why would you have one bigger than the other if they're different? If they're the same price?
Just a manufacturer. Yeah.
That's all I know. What time is it? Yeah, now if the cat was $100,000 more and you can get more scoops out of it, I would go with the cat. But I think there's different manufacturers. That's all it is.
Yeah, like I say, the cat's bucket's a little wider than this one. Just not much, but it is. Come out here and look. Look at this one, because you can look at them like this.
Yeah, but it holds the same amount of dirt.
Well,
It
more.
looks like it does, but I mean, I'm sure it's coated to hold the same amount. What'd you do? Get this thing right beside my dang?
What?
Did you move it? I can't spin all the way around now.
I noticed it was like it was locking up on me, and then it'd start working.
Alright. Fill it up one more time and I gotta go. Really? You got it right next to the... That's what you did.
I'm flying.
You okay?
I don't know where I landed.
Look, you landed in the next county.
I think I did. Let me see if I can see where
You got
I'm
this
at.
thing parked right next to the thing.
Oh, I'm in a park.
Yeah, I just built that. Mayor's over there. Now, Neil just built that dang park. You can come over here.
No, I'm on the it knocked me completely on the other end. I'm coming down there. That ain't that bridge we built, is it? No.
Why don't you just reset it? It should reset to the construction site.
Do what?
It should reset to the construction site.
It won't do it.
Fast travel. Alright, I've had enough. Let me save it.
Huh?
I've had enough. I'm tired. I gotta get in bed. Alright, well that's it.
All right, Jen.